Well, good morning and good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much for joining us today for our bonus live session here with CorpNet. My name is Yoel Perez. I am the acquisition teams lead for CorpNet, and I've been working with CorpNet for almost 2 years now. Thank you very much for joining us. Many of you might have joined us in January with our CEO, Nelly Akout, as she walked you through the CorpNet Partner Program, what it entails, all the benefits that it has. But today we thought we would give you an extra session to share with you one of our very amazing tools, which is our CorpNet Compliance Center. So our CorpNet Compliance Center was made to help business professionals as yourselves, business owners, accountants, attorneys, and this helps you to keep track of ongoing business compliance all throughout the United States. So we have prepared this tool to help all of you just free up your time, focus on what you really want to focus on, and not be worried about all these compliance needs that keep coming up throughout the year. And so let's get right into it. I would like to share with you here my screen. And this main screen that you're looking at right now, this would be your main portal login dashboard. So as soon as you come into the portal, this would be the first thing that you see. And I'll show you just a few details of what you're looking at here at the main dashboard. At the top section, you will see a short summary of the companies that you have in the portal with us. You'll see a summary of the orders that you have with us. And you will also see a summary of any alerts. And we'll go into these one by one as we go through this demo. As we scroll down, you'll see that there's 3 sections, which pretty much shows you the details of this summary. We have all the companies that you have with us. We have also total orders. We also have a list of all the alerts that you have with us. Now, this can seem a little bit too much information in one place. For this reason, we have a filtering system here on the left side. So let's say you wanted to filter, and you'll see this all throughout the different tabs as we go along. It gives you the ease to just simply filter by what you're looking for specifically. So some of you may have quite a variety of different clients that you're working with. Maybe you're working in many different states. So it can get a little bit confusing here and there, but this helps just to make sure that you look for what you intend to look for right away. If you want to filter by state that you're working with, or if you want to filter by the entity type or the entity status, all of these options are available for you to filter. So let me show you one of our company tools, and it is to upload the information for all of your clients. So once you set up an account with us, whether it is as a consumer or also if you set up an account particularly as a partner with us, as a partner, you'll be able to enter the information for all of your clients, regardless of if you've purchased any services for them through us or not. And it's very simple. All you have to do is enter the information for the company, select the entity type that we're working with, the state, and very important, you need to select the formation date. And using this date is what will generate the alerts, which we will see a little bit further down in our demo. Once you have this information, you simply submit it, and then you will see all the alerts come through in your companies. Now, let's say you have a variety of companies that you need to upload right away. Maybe you just got started. You have 20, 30, 50, whichever amount of companies that you're working with. It might be a little bit too much to enter this one by one. So if you go to this second tab in the import companies, there is a document that you can download. And this document is an Excel worksheet. It has those same fields entered. And once you enter the information for your clients, which are the same fields that you saw in this previous tab, you can simply upload that Excel sheet, and that will populate and generate all the information and create the company profile within our compliance center. For those of you that work with us as a partner, you also have an account manager, which will also be more than glad to support you along the way with this process. So if you have a lot of companies you need to enter, maybe you just don't have the time to go through this, they'll be more than glad to support you and make sure that everything is done properly from the get-go. So let's return here to our company section, which is that main page for the dashboard. And I want to show you what a profile for a company would look like. I'll show you with this test account we have here, ACS test. And once you click on the company, it'll give you a very good profile of everything related to this company, starting first of all with the general information. If there's any changes along the way, maybe you created the profile at first, things might change. You might have a change of EIN in the future for different circumstances. Maybe you have the main contact for the company change. You can edit all that information here very easily. And also on the right side, you'll have a brief overview of any recent orders that you have placed for this company. And it'll show you the date when this was placed and also the status and the amount. Later, we'll look in detail at the orders section to see what an order would look like. But for now, I'd like to show you also the company alerts for this company. And these company alerts is part of what the Compliance Center is for. So once you entered the information for your client, as I showed you in the previous screens, this will generate some notifications for you, letting you know of compliance alerts for the future, things that you should be filing for them, looking out for. And this is what it would look like for you. For example, this account has an annual meeting minutes, which is due in November 11th, 2026. It shows you what would be the amount to be paid. And this amount will include any fees associated with the state. And as a partner, you get a discount with us of 20%. So this discount would also be applied to this amount that you see here. It's a very easy process. Once you see it, maybe you spoke with your client or you determined you're ready to place this order, you would simply click on this button here, and it would take you to a wizard which guides you step by step of all the information that you need to enter. You send that over to us, and we go ahead and take care of all the processing for you on our end. In a moment, I'll show you what the order process will look like. If you needed to download this, maybe you have a client that has many needs, they work maybe in multiple states, they have many different compliance needs or things that need to be sent out. You can also export this in Excel, and you can send that off, take a look at it, or use the data in the way that best suits you. And let's move ahead here to the orders summary for this test account. So if you have any pending orders, any orders that you've placed or have been completed, this would be where you see that at the company level. And as you can see, it gives you the status of that order, when it was placed. And it also shows you here the option to see that order directly. So I'll go ahead and show you an example of this order. And this is what an order request would look like for you. So in the order request, first, it shows you here along the way, what is the status, where we are. We received your order. Maybe we're reviewing it. We're making sure everything is correct in order to send it out. It is in process. It has been submitted already to the state or to any agency that we're working with. And once everything is completed, you'll also get that notification here. Here is a short summary of the order, when this was placed, what entity type we're working with, and the company, and the type of service that this order is for. If you want to see the details of the order that was submitted to us, you can also review and make sure, maybe you want to verify that you submitted the right information. You can always come back here and look at the order details. Here we have the order invoice, and you can view it here on the website. You can also download the invoice if you needed to in a PDF format. And if any documents were generated from this, let's say you're working with a tax registration in a different state, or there's any documents that were generated once we completed this order, you would also be able to look back at this order and see the documents uploaded that will always be available for you to come back, download them, and use them in the way that you need to. So because our partner program setup is free, it's at no additional cost to you, you will always have access to these documents. So you will not find yourself maybe in the future having to come back and then not have access. It will always be available to you because the access to our compliance center is absolutely free to our partners. In the case of tax registration, any additional information for the accounts that were generated or created for each state will also be available for you to see here. So let me return once again. Let's see now our orders section. So what I showed you a moment ago was the order detail. But if you want to see all of your orders, once you click on this tab, you will have all of the orders viewable here, the date that they were submitted, again, their status, the state that this was for, and the company, as well as the order number. And for your convenience, this can also maybe look a little bit cumbersome to some. So if you're on the left side, you can always go ahead and filter for whatever you're looking for. It makes it very easy and convenient to you to work with. And as in most of our pages, you also have the option to export the information and have it in an Excel sheet for your convenience. Now let's see what the documents section looks like. So as you saw before, at the company level or in the orders, you will always have the information of the documents that have been uploaded. Maybe you simply want to look at this directly. You can go to the documents section and you are able to select multiple documents if you wanted to download. So maybe you're looking just for one document for one client. You can go directly to the company and look for it. But maybe you're working with multiple documents you need to download. You're working with multiple clients at that moment. So you can always come here and select multiple of those documents, and you can download the selected documents. Again, they will download in a PDF format, and you can have access to it right away. Now, let's take a look at our compliance alerts. And this is one of the areas that many people really appreciate. Sometimes you're looking at this in multiple spreadsheets. You have to manually make sure that you update everything. So it can get a little confusing. And this is something you want to make sure you get it right and you have all the information available to you right away. And maybe this isn't the area that you want to focus on. You have your business, you want to focus on the things you want to do for your clients and for your company, but you still need to pay attention to compliance. So this really helps you to keep track of it. We make sure that everything is updated. If there's any changes in regulation in the states or any rules, we always come back and make the updates to make sure that you have no problems with this. So in our compliance alerts, again, you can filter whichever way or for what you're looking for. So let's say, for example, we're looking for any compliance alerts in the state of California. You'll find all the companies that have compliance alerts in the state of California, and you can find the due date. And the good thing is you can also sort by the due date. So if you wanted to find what are the next ones that you need to form, for example, this company, FQ Enterprises, it should have been submitted by 1/31. Let's say, for example, you had not submitted it. You can always go in, place the order, ask us to process it in Express. We can go ahead and process it right away for you the same day in most instances. Again, this price here includes any fees associated with the state to file this report, and it shows also your discount included. And if you were to select order, you can order. If for some reason you don't need this alert there, you can just simply dismiss the alert and it will completely be removed and you don't need to worry about it anymore. Now, let me go ahead and show you here the tasks. So once you process anything with us, you submit an order, whether it is for formation, maybe it is for compliance, meeting minutes, dissolution, whichever the case is. If for some reason there are any tasks associated with it, maybe you submitted it and we found that some of the information is not correct, we're missing some details in the order, maybe a number was missing when you input everything, we will verify it, make sure that everything is correct before we send it out, and we will generate a task for you. So you'll get a notification and you would come to this section here. You'll be able to review what action is pending for you for that order. So once you select on review, it'll tell you what the required action is. Please provide the missing data. And then if there's any description for what is missing, we're missing the number, or we're missing something in the address, or maybe the name seems to be misspelled, we'll go ahead and send you the description of the notification and request here. And you can go ahead, review it, fix it, and it'll come right back to us, and we'll make sure to complete your order. Now, I want to take you back here 1 second. So our compliance center, many of our clients find it to be a very useful tool, precisely because it helps them to offer an extra level of protection for their clients without needing to worry so much about keeping track of this and spending their time on it. So if you were to place an order for your clients, I want to show you briefly what the order process looks like. And I'm going to go ahead and select here at the top, order now. So maybe this is a brand new client. They're setting up their company for the first time. It does not exist. You would go to this order section. The first tab is for new businesses, entirely new formations. There's also a section for existing businesses, which I'll show you here in just a moment. Like with everything, first thing is, what state are you working with? Also, what type of business type we're working with. And you'll be able to make your selection of the package that you prefer to use. Most of our clients, because it has already everything that is needed to start off with the right foot, will select the complete package. But there's also options for you if you wanted to work with any of the other packages. A really amazing opportunity is we include the first year of registered agent services for free, and it is subscription based. So the following year, it'll automatically renew and continue. But if you wanted to use a different registered agent, that's perfectly fine. You'll be able to opt out of it if you choose to do so. It'll give you a breakdown of any state filing fees. And here is where you can select different speeds for processing. Now, this will vary from state to state. It depends. Some states work a little bit different. We have some states that are still very manual processed. Some of them are everything online. So within 1 day, we could probably process everything for you. So we'll show you the different options available depending on the state and any fees that are associated with that. At the very bottom, it will show you the discount that was applied as a partner with us. And I'd like to note that this discount is for any of our services. Any state fees do not receive a discount, because that is the amount we need to pay the state as a whole. And once you select the package that you would like to go with, you don't need to worry about if you have all the information, did you miss something? We will ask you for everything that is required in that state to process the order for you. So all the relevant information that is required will be included in the order for you, and it is based on the state, the entity that you select. Everything will be included. Now, let me take you back one moment, and we will conclude with this. Let me take you back to the dashboard, and let's place an order for an existing business. I'd like to point out we have a huge array of services that we provide all throughout the United States. So no matter what state you're in, we support these different packages for your clients, these different services. So anything from annual meeting minutes, and maybe to the corporate LLC, dissolutions, domestications, everything and anything related to compliance, we do it. And we've had experience since 1997. We truly take pride in our customer service and satisfaction. And as you see here with Trustpilot, we have a 4.9 rating. So that means our clients are always satisfied with our services, and we will make sure that we make things right with you from the get-go. Now, I would like to give the opportunity, if anyone has any questions concerning our portal, or maybe some questions concerning our partner program, I'd like to open the floor for you if you have any questions at this time. So we have a question here. It says, how does the alert and reminder system work? and how far in advance are notifications sent? So this is a very good question. Our alert system, as I showed in the beginning, once you enter the company information, or if you place an order with us, that data will already be in our system. It goes off of the entity type, the state that you're working in, and also it uses the formation date. All this information our system already knows based on the state, the type of entity, and the formation date, what things will be required for your clients to stay in good compliance in the future. How far in advance? Well, they go up to 1 year ahead in advance. So right now, for example, you'd be able to see notifications for anything that will appear by February 18th, 2027. So you will get notifications at least 1 year in advance. We have another great question here. It says, how does CorpNet's portal differ from using spreadsheets, calendar reminders, or a generic compliance tool? This is also a very good question. Using spreadsheets, the first thing is so many things could possibly go wrong with it. I know that I have deleted things that I should not be deleting, and then I have no way to find what I removed from there by mistake. And also, it's a very manual process. You have to make sure that you go in consistently and enter the information, remove what you need to remove. Same thing can happen with calendars. So when you go to our compliance center, it is very straightforward. It is one place that you go to. We make sure that we keep up to date with everything throughout all 50 states. So sometimes regulations change. The spreadsheet does not keep up with that. You would need to keep up with that. So you don't need to worry about that with us. We make sure to stay up to date with any changes in regulation in different states, and we make sure that our alerts reflect that. And it's one place, one-stop shop. Once you're there, you can very easily place an order with us, and we can take care of everything for you. We have another question. It says, can business owners manage multiple entities or states from one account? And the answer is yes. You can have multiple companies set up in our portal, and it'll keep track of all states. So if you have a company, maybe they have a presence in 10, 12, 50 states, all of it, all the data will be gathered for that company in all 50 states, and you can keep track of it and manage it in one place. If you have multiple companies, the same thing applies. So there is no limit. You can have as many companies as you need to have there in as many states, and we will keep track of it and notify you. So we have one last question. What role does the human-led CorpNet team play alongside the technology? This is a very good question. So one really important fact about CorpNet customer service, all of our customer service is here in the United States with us. So whenever you need support, they're here in the United States to support you along the way. And we use technology, but we also take into consideration the human experience in the process. So we make sure on our end that we're consistently finding ways that we can have better support for you. And the fact that we have someone on the other end that you can speak to also helps. So once you use this tool, you go inside, you find, maybe I need to place an order, maybe I have some questions about some notification that appeared. You can always reach out to us, and we will be able to support you on our end to place those orders and to make sure that we get everything right for you from the beginning. I believe we have no more questions at this time. By this, I would like to conclude our live show for today. I'd like to thank everyone that joined us for this live show. We truly wish that you can join us. Next time, we'll have our next live on Wednesday, March 11th. And this one will be hosted by CorpNet's founder and CEO, Nelly Akalp. She will be our host, and she will outline the importance of S Corporation election details ahead of this year's S Corporation election deadline. So before the deadline comes up, please make sure that you join. Please make sure that you listen in to our CEO and our founder, Nelly Akalp. She has many years of experience, and I'm sure that you will benefit from what she has to say. Thank you very much. I appreciate your time once again here. Yoel Perez here from CorpNet. I hope you have a great day, and we'll see you next time.